Hey guys, Haz here, bringing you a extra video today on the extra channel. So today isn't going to be like a happy, crazy video. It's going to be talking about a guy called TotalBiscuit. I'm sure a lot of you have heard about him by now, and if you didn't watch him or anything like that, unfortunately he passed away yesterday. And I thought I just want to, I just thought I'd make a video talking about him in a way. I'm not doing this for views. This is going on the second channel. It's more for me to kind of get it out there and get it out of my system. Because I've said it for years, but just to make the point is I wouldn't be here talking to you guys without him. Two YouTubers I've always quoted that inspired me to be a YouTuber: TotalBiscuit and Jesse Cox. And really, it all was TotalBiscuit, because without him, I would not have watched Jesse, because TotalBiscuit was the one who gave Jesse a shout out all the way back in the WoW Cataclysm beta days. So really, without him, I 100% wouldn't be here, because both of those YouTubers shared their stories about not being incredibly happy with what was going on in their current lives, so they did YouTube, or they did WoW Radio. And it was like, just do something that you enjoy, and that was YouTube or WoW. So I did it when I wasn't having a great time with League and YouTube, and it grew into something like what they had. Obviously not as big, but yeah, like, I don't know, like I've always felt it weird when people react quite a lot to celebrity deaths. The biggest one that I think memory that I've ever had, like, was Robin Williams, because it was like, God, he was such like a big character, and the genie from Aladdin I grew up with, and it was like, oh my God. But it wasn't like I wasn't mourning over Robin Williams, and I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm mourning over TotalBiscuit, but it's really bummed me out, like, badly. I've had messages already from a few friends sending messages, because everyone knows that he was like the biggest reason why I got into YouTube myself, and I've watched his content for like nearly 10 years, I want to say. Like, it's been a very, very long time. And yeah, it kind of sucks. So if you didn't know who he was, basically he was at first a World of Warcraft YouTuber. That he just did content that was like reviewing World of Warcraft. The Cataclysm beta is where he gained a lot of traction. But eventually he stopped playing WoW. He grew bored of the game, and he did something that very few YouTubers do successfully. He diversified. He went to a different type of content successfully. A lot of the time you can go to another game or whatever, and you may drop a bit in viewers, or you may stay the same. He didn't do that. He actually grew. I think he quit when he was on roughly around 200, 300,000 subscribers on YouTube. He quit WoW, and he had around 2 million subscribers at his peak. Obviously, for the past couple of years, he hasn't really been able to make content, so those subscribers' numbers and views have gone down. But considering he was fighting cancer, obviously that is something that you can kind of respect. So yeah, like, again, this whole thing, we knew it was coming. we knew it was coming since 2014, because the type of cancer he had was not really curable. Like, you can potentially get rid of it, but it may come back. With the type that he had, I think it was bowel cancer. But about 2 months ago, they announced that his fight was over. Like, he lost the fight. The chemo and stuff didn't do anything anymore, apart from give him pain. Like, it wasn't getting rid of it, so they stopped it to just try to give him a good quality of life till the end. And I think this did definitely come a little bit quicker than a lot of people expected, including them. If you just go on the Twitter of both him and his wife Jenna, they make references. 3 days ago he tweeted himself, his physical pain was a lot better, just got to get some mental stuff. His wife, every Tuesday there's a co-optional podcast, his podcast, that's where they film it, and he was supposed to be on this Tuesday, and his wife tweeted, he's not good enough to come on this Tuesday, he'll be back next week or whatever. So I don't think they expected it this soon, but obviously when you kind of stop the fight, it's coming. But I didn't expect it. I don't think anyone expected it this quick. And, you know, it just kind of hits you sideways. I was in bed last night, kind of like, oh, I want to fall asleep. You know, Detroit Become Human comes out tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to that. And, yeah, then I saw the news, and I was like, oh, snap. And, yeah, like I said, I don't know why. Well, I do know why it's affected me, because of how much influence he had on me and the way that I've always thought, you know, as just a little snippet over there, excuse the mess, that poster over there, that's his poster. That has been there since it came out years ago, and I'm actually probably going to get it framed. My only regret, and I will say that, you know, with it, is CoxCon, Jesse Cox's event. You know, I was near him. I was in his presence. You know, in the opening ceremony, no one 100% knew TotalBiscuit was going to be there or not. You know, the guy did have cancer. This was in July 2017, so last July. No one knew. I think it was either 2016 or 2017. I don't even remember. I think it was 2017. I think. I'm pretty. Yeah, it was 2017 because that's when I got my new car. No one knew if he was 100% coming. Krendor just pulled out last minute, but then they did it really like kind of rock star because he was very much into metal, that Jesse was introducing everybody that was there, and then finally TotalBiscuit just runs onto the stage. And you're like, oh my god, he's actually here. My only regret is not waiting in line to actually like physically meet him, I guess. But I went to like all the panels pretty much I think he was a part of. And, you know, one thing I would have loved is like take that poster and bring it and then get him to sign it. That's something that I really regret. But, you know, the poster will be there. And I'm a very nostalgic person when it comes to items. Items mean a lot to me, not just because of value, but because of what they have, the value that they bring in life lessons of, you know, it could be anything. My granddad, it's over there. Literally, you can see it right now. I've got this bell. It's the Liberty Bell, I think it's called. I've got a pencil sharpener of the Liberty Bell. Hang on, I'll actually get it to show you. This, so you can actually hear the bell works. This is, the bell itself has no meaning to me, but this was given to me by my granddad, and I'll keep it forever, pretty much. And, you know, if this is the thing that kind of makes me think of him, that's what it is. And the life lessons that he's taught me. And that's what that poster will be for me, is to kind of make me go, he made me start YouTube. He inspired me to start YouTube. And, you know, the weird thing with how life works is that whatever path you're on it, you know, you can always change, but you're on this kind of path that is affected by what you're currently doing. So whatever I'm doing in 5 years has been affected from what I'm doing now. So if that's a good thing, well, then I'll have him to thank, because I wouldn't have been doing it if he wasn't around. So yeah, again, it's a weird one because celebrity deaths normally I don't really hit home with them, but this one did. And I do call it a celebrity death. You know, he was a very big public figure. You know, I'm sure millions of people knew who he was. Like, a lot of people knew who he was. Even if you weren't subscribed to him, you probably have heard the name John Bain or TotalBiscuit. And, you know, that evidence in that is, you know, look at Reddit. You know, Reddit last night, pretty much the whole front page of Reddit on each different subreddits was TotalBiscuit has passed, and giving kind of like a memoriam what he did to each community. And Twitter, he was the top trending thing on Twitter. And just to make it clear, because some people who watch League may have never watched him or have no idea, is even TotalBiscuit, who had disagreements with League of Legends and Riot over the years, and he did play it, and then he stopped playing it because of a disagreement he had with Riot. He was a massive figure in League in the first couple of seasons. I remember watching his WTF is League of Legends. That was his series where he reviewed a game. He didn't review it. He never says he reviewed it. He gave his first impressions. Hence why I give mine in my Huzzy one-shot videos. They're not reviews, they're first impressions. Or when a new champion comes out, it's a first impression. You can see how already he's influenced me like there. But if you look at, you know, League of Legends' Twitter, they've changed the icon of their Twitter to the TotalBiscuit Rejuvenation. So, yeah, like obviously that item is named after him. And if you have no idea his history, well, he was the first, if I'm not mistaken, he was the first content creator personality to reach the top referral rate that you could get at the time, which I think was either 10,000 or 100,000 players. He was the first one to reach that. And obviously the disagreement was at that prize, you were supposed to be invited to Riot and design a champion. By this time, TotalBiscuit already kind of fell out of favour with League. He wasn't enjoying it, so he quit League, and he said he wanted to donate that prize, to donate a champion to like a Make-A-Wish kid or Make-A-Wish Foundation so someone else can do it. And Riot kind of, from what we know, they said no. But obviously they did put him in the game as a TotalBiscuit rejuvenation, which is nice. And there was rumours that the Viger skin was after him with the top hat, but apparently that's been debunked. Apparently that isn't true. But yeah, I don't know. Like it's gonna be weird. You know, if it's weird for me, I can't imagine what it's gonna be like. You know, obviously for his family, that goes without saying. But like Jesse Cox, arguably my favorite YouTuber of all time, I will say. You know, he got his biggest start because TotalBiscuit gave him a shout out. You know, he has the Co-optional podcast that he's co-host with TotalBiscuit for like the last 5 odd years, which was used to be like the gaming channel podcast or the Polaris podcast or something, and then it became the Co-optional when it was his own because he owned it. You know, their Terraria series was some of the best YouTube videos and biggest laughs that I ever have had on YouTube was Jesse and TotalBiscuit. So it's just going to be weird. You know, the dude was only 33. And the kind of weird thing is that his birthday was on July the 8th. My birthday is on July the 5th. So he literally pretty much was just 10 years older than me. And he got diagnosed when he was 29. It's crazy. And, you know, when I will say one thing that was quite inspirational, and a lot of people have given him props for it, you know, I love him or hate him, he was that type of personality. He spoke his mind, and he was just stern. He fought it, and he was inspiring to say that he probably knew what the end was going to be, but he always fought it, and the whole point of him fighting it was to survive as long as possible, just in case a cure came. You know, it sounds stupid, but what happens if someone finds the cure in a week's time? Like, that would suck. But that's what his philosophy was. Survive as long as possible. And, yeah, obviously he didn't win the race. But hopefully one day they will find a cure. I am thinking in a upcoming video, I probably will donate some to like a cancer research foundation. And, you know, encourage people to do that in the comment section or something of one of the main channel videos. So, yeah, you know, as a bit of a selfish point of me, I hope that it isn't the end of what we hear from him. I hope either on, like, if you go on his YouTube channel now, it's just the Co-optional podcast. That was the last thing that was uploaded on his channel, and the last episode he wasn't in. So part of me is really hoping that there is something more that they will upload. Maybe they prepared something. Maybe he recorded something as a kind of final goodbye or send-off. I know that would be incredibly sad, but it would be kind of like an end to the book. Or if they just upload like an in memoriam on the channel itself, that would be kind of cool. Oh man, I'm going. But yeah, like, I don't know. It sucks. Again, the reason why I think it just affects me is because I didn't model myself after TotalBiscuit, but I very much was influenced by him, not just to become a YouTuber, but to be also just be true to myself. I've never shied away with saying what I think. I always try to be polite. I always try to be kind of politically correct, and we all will make occasional mistakes. And obviously, there is a famous one that TB made, but he did kind of make up for that a lot, which a lot of people tend to forget who don't like him. But he did. But I modeled myself after being me, and I learned that from him. Is that he was the cynical Brit. You love him or hate him, and that's kind of, I guess, the same with me. And obviously, maybe I don't go into as much not craziness, but I just talk about League, so it's not as controversial to some of the stuff that he always got into, like Gamersgate and all that stuff. But yeah, no, I'll miss him. It sucks. That's all I can really say about it, you know. So yeah, This year's already been pretty bad for me, obviously, because I only had my great-grandmother, which was my first real experience with a family death, because my first one, technically, I was probably about 8, and I wasn't really involved. I really didn't know what was going on. Where this one, obviously, is a bit more. You know, in just about 2 months from now, CoxCon is on, which is Jesse Cox's convention, and I'm sure they'll do something there. Unfortunately, I'm not going this year. But yeah, like, oh, again, I don't even know if I'll upload this. It's more for me just to get it off my chest. I don't know, like, maybe I will, maybe I won't. I have no idea. And I will say, it worked out quite well that I was planning to have today off. You know, yesterday I was like, I'm having today off. And I got, you know, we all got this news last night. So fortunately, I'm having today off. Because, yeah, it sucks really badly. And you know what I will say, it's been nice to see, you know, all content creators from different walks of life say how also he inspired them. Like, if you're literally just a viewer of YouTubers, just go on Twitter and that, and just look how many of them are kind of going, oh, he, you know, he nudged me in the right direction, or, you know, I started YouTube because of him. Crazy big influence, ridiculously big influence. Because, yeah, that's just the guy he was. You know, again, he used to tell stories. He used to work in a game, which is like a GameStop in the UK. And how he was always trying to be nice to people that could easily get scammed or easily could get, like, persuaded to buy stuff they didn't need. Because that wasn't what gaming was about. It wasn't about money and stuff. It was about enjoyment and having fun and allowing and enabling people to do whatever they kind of wanted to, as long as it's all about fun. Yeah, man, it really sucks. It really, really does, and that's all I can say. So I'm going to go. I'm going to try to distract myself for the rest of the day. And again, like I said, if I'm feeling kind of this way, I can't imagine what the people around him closely or closer are like. Because if he influenced me as much as he has, God, the amount of influence that he must have had to close friends must have been insane. So what I will say is, if you like the guy, dislike the guy, all I ask is please just respect him in a way, and respect, you know, the people around him are still very much here. You know, the weird thing with 2018 and how the world works is, like, you know, it's a social media world. So the people that, you know, were around him in his friend group are all YouTubers and stuff that are also going to be around, and they're going to be reacting to it, and they're going to be going through it too. And obviously they are very public jobs, and it's a public person that's gone. So, yeah. So I'm going to go. Maybe I'll play Detroit Become Human and just put myself into a mind of an AI robot instead of being human for the day. So enjoy your day, and I don't know. It's kind of the same feeling like I had when my great-grandmother went. Just do what you want. Have fun. You only live once. And, I don't know, just don't really regret stuff. So, yeah. I'll see you guys next time. See you.